The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, is brought to you by, well, of course, you. If you want to learn more about how you can support the show, go to patreon.com/thearena_podcast.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Hey everyone, welcome into The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 92. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleyman Gaming. Our other co-host, Turn-Based Carl, he's off this week, so he'll be back next week. Burley, how you doing, man?
I'm a little tired. I'll explain to
I
you.
wonder why. Why it
Yeah.
was that affiliate stream, the third-year affiliate stream that you did, yeah?
Yeah, that was draining, but
Uh-huh. Yeah.
not that made me go to bed nice and early. But
Yeah.
the funny thing was,
Yeah.
1:30 in the night, lose power.
Yeah.
I didn't wake up right away, but 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up because now my air conditioning and fans aren't running.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, oh. So I had to then go open a window, but can't fall back asleep till I get power back on about 4 a.m. Force myself, go back to sleep, and then 2 hours later, the alarm, 2 hours and like 15 minutes later, the alarm goes off and being like, okay, yep, gotta get up for the podcast.
So what was the general reasoning for the power outage? What happened?
They said some underground thing happened. They
Okay.
didn't give a shit. So that means a kaiju is awakening. I must think.
Yeah, it must be down there. Yeah, it's coming up, and yeah, it's messing with the, all the cords and everything. So,
So that means
So-
Godzilla is going to reawaken from your side of Japan, and
yeah, I'll go for. We'll be the
Mm.
first ones to go from Godzilla's wrath out here. Yeah. So
that
Speaking
poor
of
pagoda.
yeah. Well, speaking of Japan, Burley, today, man, boy oh boy, the weather was sweltering. It was 37 degrees and
man.
90% humidity. It was like. Imagine stepping into a hot spring. You go into a hot spring and then you go into the sauna room. That's basically what it was like here today. So, I mean, I spent like more than half of the day here in this room with the air conditioning on, so, I really feel bad for my two cats right now. So I gave them a nice cool bath today. So, yeah, so they should feel good for that. But yeah, it's the weather forecast here in Japan and, in the Tokyo area is supposed to be like 35 degrees for about a whole week. So, yeah, not looking forward to it, but at least we got the air conditioning and stuff going on. But anyway, speaking of sweltering news, it wasn't so sweltering, I guess you could say, this past week because this was kind of like the week after all of the big, not E3 events that they had. So, I mean, we didn't have too much big news this week, but we did have some news. Of course, we're going to talk about Sucker Punch. They're hiring for a new game. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about Final Fantasy 16, and supposedly it's not going to be an open world game. We're going to talk about that. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was shown off with more gameplay of that. They had their own little direct. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to show you the footage of that. And Plague Tale Requiem. So that's going to be like our topic of the show, talking about A Plague Tale Requiem and the stacked lineup in October. So we got a lot for you. But first, I want to announce that we have a new website. Our official website is now up, and you can check that out on desktop or mobile, of course. So at thearenaproductions.com. So yeah, all of our content that we do here on the Arena, as well as all of our other shows that's on our Patreon and that goes up to YouTube, everything you could check out and get all the updated news on our website. And we do have a blog as well as a forum. So for all of you that want to come and join and talk about video games or movies and TV, please feel free to check out the new website we have up now. So yeah, it's going to be fun stuff. And of course, all of our future, content creative material, as well as any kind of events that we're going to be covering. We're going to be putting information about that up on the website. So go check out that website, please. So yeah, so now it's available for you to check out on the internet. So anyway, before we go into what we've been playing this past week, here's a brief word about where you can find the podcast.
Before the crew discuss what they've been playing, this episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, and the post show, in audio and video formats, will be going to Patreon in early access for one day after recording. So if you would like to support the show and become a patron at the entry Tier 1 level at $1 per month and get early access to every episode and post show in audio and video formats, as well as watch or listen ad-free, please visit patreon.com/thearena_podcast for further details. Weekly on Sundays, the podcast will be uploaded to all free podcast services. Weekly on Wednesdays for the post show, where you can find us on any podcast app for iOS or Android, Spotify, Amazon Music, and in video format on our YouTube channel, The Arena Productions. For the audio version, just download your favorite podcast app or open Spotify and search for The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. Subscribe, follow us, post a review, and leave us questions, comments, and feedback if you like, if that feature is available there, and spread the word about the podcast. We also have a Discord called The Arena Podcast, where you can join and chat with the Arena Podcast community, and the podcast website is at thearenapodcast.podbean.com, where you can follow us and leave questions and comments as well. Finally, you can also follow us on Twitter at the Arena AMPGNP, as well as on Instagram at the Arena_podcast. Now, back to the show.
Okay, Burley. So I'll talk about what I've been playing. I've just been, I'm in this kind of lull since last week when we had all of this big news out of Xbox and all the other news that came out during the not E3 events. The Summer Game Fest as well. But I just went back on the PS5. I was playing Horizon Forbidden West. I was going back and just going through the map and going into areas that I didn't explore so much.
Yeah,
I did that. And then on Xbox, on the Series X, I went back into Valhalla because, that's the thing I hate about all these DLC content packages that come out. It makes, for example, in the Assassin's Creed games, you have the points where you can, climb up to a tower and then you can open up other parts of the map. The points where you kind of like where the eagle points are, and then you jump off. With all of these new content packages that come out, all the DLC and stuff, more of the synchronization points come up. And so I'm going from place to place to place, all through the map, and now there were like 4 or 5 more synchronization points to go to. So I just went ahead and cleared those up. And, it's like when it came to Odyssey, when I played Odyssey, I had platinumed Odyssey, 100%ed it. But then when more DLC came out, it was like 3 or 4 new trophies came out for it. And it's like, well, I haven't 100%ed it. I have to go back and finish those, just the completionist in me when it comes to the Assassin's Creed series. But so, yeah, that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing, man?
I've been playing a few different titles. I ended up streaming the Ninja Turtles game and did that all in one sitting. Went through the story on that and played that. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend, if you've got Game Pass, you have no excuse to try. Just try it.
Yeah.
Just try it. It's a short, like 2.5 hours. If you're depending on your skill, I'm not very good at beat 'em ups, but it's a very fair beat 'em up on normal. I played on the normal difficulty. It's very fair. So if you're a Ninja Turtle fan and you've played a lot of the other ones like Turtles in Time and stuff like that, I think you'll really enjoy. It's got a level up mechanic, so you can gain more health and gain extra stuff as you keep playing. So the more you play, the better you're going to get at it.
I see.
Also kept playing a little. I haven't had a lot of time, but I've been playing more of Mango Mischief on my Steam Deck. That's running well on
And
there.
shout out to the group at Mango Mischief on our YouTube channel. They sent us a nice comment, and we commented back to them, and we hope to keep in touch with them in the future. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate it, and we're excited about your game. So thank you so much for that. So,
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah,
And I
and
was
and
yes, you know me. I was bad. I bought Sonic Origins.
uh,
I'm weak.
okay.
I'm weak.
Okay.
It's not bad. I like the little animations. I do
Mm-hmm.
like the anniversary mode of it. For anyone that's never played, dying is no consequence really.
Okay.
So you can just keep playing. And some of the games do get hard. Like so now, when you're at the end of Sonic 2, because you have no rings and you got to fight 2 boss fights back to back.
Mm.
So it's like now it takes a sting out of dying, and I'm not worried about my lives.
Oh, okay. There's one thing about Assassin's Creed Origins that I want to bring up before we move on, because I saw an article about this, and yeah, there's a cool Easter egg. I think it is in Valhalla. Uh, I'm not going to say exactly where it is, but when you play Assassin's Creed Origins, this is minor spoilers, but it's not really that bad. I mean, there's a point in the game where you go to a bathhouse as Bayek, of course, and you have some stealth elements to that. And there's a room there, and yeah, in Valhalla there is like a Roman ruin that you go to, and there's a particular door that if you can find that door and go through there, yeah, you find some Easter eggs pertaining to Origins, and from that particular scene with Aya and Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins. So check that out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and exploring that area. So yeah, so check that out.
Well, I can't wait to finally, now that I have now it's on the Series S, I can just
Yep.
download and actually try the game.
It's a great game. I mean, it's beautiful, and hopefully, yeah, play the Discovery Tour, because that is the best Discovery Tour of the two between Origins and Valhalla, or not Valhalla. I'm sorry, Odyssey. I think the Origins ancient Egypt exploration is just amazing in that. So you'll get a lot of knowledge about Egyptian history in that. So it's really good stuff. So. All right, so let's jump into the weekly news beat. So our first story, Burley, of course. Looks like Sucker Punch is working on a new game. And from the article that we're going to show, and I'll for all of you video viewers, I'll go ahead and show you the link to the article from thegamer.com. So Sucker Punch is hiring for an open world stealth game, likely Ghost of Tsushima 2. And so that's what they're speculating in this article. But I have to say, I don't think it's going to be Ghost of Tsushima 2. I think it's something else, and we'll talk about that. But I want to go ahead and read a little bit of the article for you. So, of course, Sucker Punch is looking for combat and mission designers for an unannounced open world stealth game. So, from what they're saying, could quite possibly be Ghost of Tsushima's sequel. But there are several positions currently available on the studio's official website, apparently related to this upcoming AAA stealth-focused project. So the studio is looking for a technical combat designer who will, quote, prototype new combat systems, end quote, and balance player abilities with progression items. Another opening is for a senior combat designer who will strive for a tight combat experience while also overseeing enemy design and core gameplay features. And lastly, a senior mission designer is needed who will, quote, thread a series of missions together into an engaging emotional tale, end quote, and, quote, create the sequences that live on in players' memories, end quote. So Sucker Punch also needs artists, animators, and programmers for this next game. So Burley, what are your thoughts on this? I was thinking it could be Sly Cooper. It could be another Infamous. because Infamous Second Son, I think it was 2014, I believe, when it came out on PlayStation 4. So I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, Carl's not here. Oh no, wait. They didn't say this game isn't turn-based, so I don't think he's vying for the job.
Oh, yeah,
Uh, um, yeah, I'm really hoping it's not Ghost 2. I loved Ghost 1. Don't get me wrong, and I loved the director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
This game does not need a sequel, in my opinion.
Well, it says prototype new
Like
combat systems.
system.
And if it's
Yeah.
new combat systems, it can't be Ghost of Tsushima because what? I mean, this is the 13th century we're talking about with Ghost of Tsushima. They're not new They wouldn't be new combat systems.
I know. I don't know if they'll go back to Sly.
Yeah.
Because the last Sly game they did, Sly 4, was I can't remember if it was them or another studio that took over Sly 4. That did not get received well. So it's like, do you want to go there? Infamous, people really like I really like the Infamous games, and with Ghost, they proved they can do a really good open world.
Yeah.
And I like the open worlds that they did for the two main, the Infamous 1 and 2 and the one in Second Son. You can learn, if you learn from what you took from Ghost, add to what you know for Infamous. I would love to see Infamous come back. Yeah. Give me a new character. Give me some new conduit powers. Because I always did like the whole good and evil and how the powers change depending what karma alignment you are.
Right.
It was a lot of fun.
Right. Also, thread a series of missions together in an engaging emotional tale. So I don't know if that would be Infamous. I mean,
well, you have the
it could be, but yeah,
you have the emotional moments because depending, like in certain paths in like 1 and 2, it depends if a character dies or if this character joins you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the character that they did the DLC for, and she was briefly in Second Son. I can't recall the name. Maybe some of you viewers and listeners can write us in the comments about that. But I think it was called Infamous First Light. I think it was called.
First Light was the DLC.
Yeah. Maybe that's where they're gonna go. I have no idea, but it could be a completely new IP altogether. So, but yeah, I just don't think from what this article's saying that they're, they're predicting it's going to be the Ghost of Tsushima sequel. I doubt it. I don't think so.
Abigail was the character.
Abigail. Okay, thank you so much. Or Abby. I think that was
Fetch was her nickname.
Oh, Fetch. That's right. Yeah, Fetch. Yeah. So that was her nickname. So yeah, I mean maybe it could have something to do with her, but I'm gonna if I was a betting man, Burley, when it comes to spiritual opium cases, I would bet that it's a completely new IP. So we shall see.
Yeah, I'm hoping on that. I'd love to see what they got next.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, I would love to see Ghost of Tsushima 2, but I think it's still a ways off. I just don't think. I don't think they're ready to announce that yet. So, okay. So next up, Burley, how excited are you for Final Fantasy 16?
I'm very excited for Final Fantasy 16.
Okay. So, well, from what it looks like, Final Fantasy 16 won't be open world, says Yoshida-san. So, are you surprised at that, Burley? That it's not going to be open world?
Yes and no. Because people had some flax about some of the last couple open world Final Fantasies. So I read this article myself, and them wanting to go give you specific areas, and just have those be open to you, and you go to these areas and you can go around there. And then you get a feel for those. Great. I'm all for that. Like, I don't need the giant, like I've said, I don't need a giant map to explore. As much as I
Yeah.
like it, you give me good condensed areas that have a good story
Mhm.
and that I want to explore and give me reasons to explore.
Mhm.
I'm all for that. That's the thing. Like, I'm kind of tired of the giant open world because a lot
Yeah.
of them are the same and don't do anything new or interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Yeah, so for all of you video viewers, the article is below there. Another article from the Gamer. It basically talks about, instead of being an open world Final Fantasy 16, it will emphasize area based design. However, Yoshida did say that he and his team have been influenced by AAA open world RPGs. Also, although he declined to name any specific titles, and that they had done extensive research with a player base that were never into Final Fantasy or had never played the series before. So yeah, I don't know. Burley, it sounds like your fan is going on there.
Yeah, I'm turning it down.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is interesting
Uh-huh.
that they're going for people that haven't played. That's
Yeah.
kind of smart because
Mhm.
if you do it well, the diehards are going to play.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get into the market that hasn't played into the series or not a fan of the series.
Yeah.
Smart. I do like that, and I like. They have also said the names for the summons.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like Evocons or something like that. They're not Eidolons, Espers,
Mm-hmm.
or some of the other names, or just summon spirits. They
Yeah.
have their own name for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it says in the article, each realm will have a special person called a dominant. So who possesses the power of an Acon. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah. This game is supposedly coming out next summer. Yeah, summer 2023. We shall see. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know, man. I think it still has a great chance of hitting that. Yeah, next time. So
it's got a good chance to hit it. It all depends. If it hits it, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
yeah,
I'm not mad when games have to move. Like, it sucks when they move release dates, but here's the thing. I'd rather have the game come out ready to go than
yeah,
come out and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait 2 months for patches and fix.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so next up, we're going to shift over to Nintendo because they had a kind of a standalone direct in a sense where they only talked about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So yeah, so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to show you the footage that they showed at the direct here. So yeah, I mean, Burley, how excited for you for Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
Um, not so much. And the
Okay.
only reason I
Mm-hmm.
still haven't finished the first game. I have it on 3DS, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and then I want to play 2. There's X, like, so it's like I know I know they don't like all follow the same thing, but they're all interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know if I want to just jump and I'm missing stuff in the story and stuff like that, and missing
Yeah.
little references, and they'd be like, oh, if you would have played the first game and the second game and parts of X, you would
Okay.
understand.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and show the footage, and then we'll comment on it. And of course, for you video viewers, of course the link to the article is below. So I'm going to show some of this for you here. So let me go ahead and get to it. So let me go ahead and minimize this here and
Yeah.
go ahead and open it up. So for all of you video viewers, okay, now you can see this here. Okay. So Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is set in a world ravaged by conflict between two nations, Agnes and Kiev. The 6 main characters are initially 2 parties from opposing sides of this conflict, but soon realize that they share a common destiny and must work together to defeat the real enemy. So the first party consists of Noah, a brave offseer, the brash and blunt Uni, and Lance, a burly brawler. So a burly brawler. There you go.
Yeah. Now
Their
you're
initial
talking my language.
their initial opponents are the kind and compassionate Mio, the genius battle tactician Tyon, and Senna, a tiny person with great strength. After joining together, the six fight as a whole party in their quest to reach Sword March, a land pierced by a huge stone sword. So I'm going to go down and, of course, it talks also about the battle system and classes, and then it also talks about the Ouroboros interlinking, as well as the expansion pass in the collector's edition, and you can check that out in the article that we've provided for you below. So anyway, what do you think of the footage here, Burley? It looks pretty, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of cutscenes, but still. Yeah.
Game looks great on Switch. They're really knowing how to get the most they can out of the hardware. That's great to see. But there's one thing with this that he announced that I'm kind of not happy of. Like, okay, yeah, here's the game, and then here you go, buy our expansion pass.
Yeah.
Because they cut stuff out to get this game out.
Yeah.
And
well, they do that with a lot of Nintendo titles. That's the way they do business. So.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of the whole we need to sell you the expansion pass.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I've never been into the Xenoblade series, but I mean, this looks interesting. I might want to try it out. So, yeah.
It doesn't matter when you buy it; the price won't change.
That's right.
It's a Nintendo game.
2-3 years from now, it'll be the same price.
You may get lucky and save like $5 on a sale on Nintendo on the eShop.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I mean, mostly cutscene. I mean, we're not seeing generally any gameplay here. It's just all cutscene stuff. But yeah, so coming soon. So, but yeah. So it launches July 29th. July 29th. So yeah.
I'm interested to see how the game comes out and how it fares with people.
Yep. So yeah. So when Xenoblade Chronicles 3 launches on the 29th, the collector's edition that comes with an art book and steelbook. There you go, Burley. Yeah, that's gonna get you there. You're gonna fall for that and buy it, right? It's exclusive to the My Nintendo store, so keep an eye out for that and for the pre-orders.
That I don't like.
Yeah,
that they locked it. Like, it's bad enough when they do these deals with like stores, like GameStop gets this exclusive, Walmart gets this.
Yeah,
like I remember the really bad one for it was LA Noire when that came out. Depending where you bought it from. And if you pre-ordered and all that, you got different cases, extra cases. And it was like, it wasn't until the definitive edition was sold, came out, that you got all those cases. So it was like stupid that for people that really liked that game, you couldn't get everything, all these little pre-order bonuses. Like I remember one guy I saw somewhere on the internet, he bought from multiple locations just to get the different case. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, the release date's interesting, too, because July 29th, then you have a month or so before Splatoon 3 comes out.
Yeah.
So that's going to be huge in September. So, yeah, I mean, I think the month of August is going to be Xenoblade month for the Switch, pretty much.
Okay.
Unless you're playing Nintendo Switch Sports. A lot of people probably are. And their families and their children during the summertime. So, all right, Burley, it's time to talk about A Plague Tale Requiem. Yes, I can't wait for this game, man. Yeah, I remember in A Plague Tale Innocence, I still remember when you were streaming this game and you had that cart and you were trying to push the cart. That was like the toughest part of the game for you. Yeah.
Well, that is the hardest section in my opinion, because I played the PS4 version and the PS5 version. I got the platinum on both. That's because I have a problem. But that cart section, because you got the one guy pushing it, and you've got to kill the guards. I think you can miss one shot, If you
Yeah.
miss any more than one shot, you do not have enough time to kill the guards.
That's right. They're on top of you quickly. Yeah, they come pretty fast. Yeah. Yeah, that slingshot, man. I mean, that's and it's going to be in the next game as well. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, and it comes out on Game Pass day one. And we're going to jump basically right into the topic of the show because we're going to show you the extended gameplay that they showed for A Plague Tale Requiem, and we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss a little bit about what the game is about here. So, I mean, I love the first game, and what's interesting is it's only set like 5 or 6 months after the first game. I thought they would have maybe gone a couple of years or so, but no, 6 months. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the video here going. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. So for all of you video viewers here, so
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, he gets the video. This is a game like after I played the first and they announced the sequel got announced.
Yeah.
It's like this is a sequel I'm actually really waiting to see what they do.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. So, and this is of course from the article below here. So from Xbox.com. Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to the critically acclaimed A Plague Tale Innocence by Asobo Studio and Focus Entertainment, revealed its release date with an extended gameplay trailer, which we are showing you right now. The game will be available on October 18th, and you can pre-order it now on Xbox Series X, Series S, and PC. You could be prepared to pre-install it through Game Pass in order to be the first to play it. So you can actually pre-install it right now. If you have Game Pass,
which is insane that they're allowing the pre-install this early.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks before it launches, sure.
Yeah. So in the new extended gameplay sequence that we're showing, you've Amicia and Hugo. You follow them as they make their way through a massive ochre red quarry, overwhelmed with soldiers eager to capture them. So I mean, I'm loving the art style here, and it's very, very similar to the first game.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah. And of course, this is set in France. And she's got the crossbow again. So, yeah.
And the guy going like, "I know you two," or you can see the guilty look, but I'm not going to hand you over.
Yeah.
There's a little child.
Yeah. So 6 months have passed since Amicia and Hugo defeated Grand Inquisitor. There you go, Burley. Grand Inquisitor. Vitalis Benevent, and foiled the Inquisition's nefarious plans. With Hugo's curse now seemingly under control, the siblings escape their devastated homeland and travel far south to new regions and vibrant cities. There they attempt to start a new life and find a definitive cure to Hugo's affliction. So I see them falling down into this pit here. Yeah. And into the, So, but when Hugo's powers reawaken, death and destruction return in a flood of devouring rats. So we're getting the rats again, Burley.
No, you knew that.
You had to get that. Yeah. So,
But I'm wondering here, like, are these, because they say early on in the trailer here that she killed some guards. Are these guards already looking for her? Like when she first comes to this area, are they like, or are they following up on the death of the Grand Inquisitor?
Yeah, that's a good question. So,
And I wonder what because you still had like one of your allies in the first game lived at the end.
Yeah.
The one little kid.
Yeah, I think he's in this. I think he is in this actually as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm wondering how much we're going to get of him.
Yeah. So, yeah, this quarry here looks pretty cool. I wonder if like you have obstacles that you have to push to get to get through and to move forward. So.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, it looks like some type of puzzle type of sequence here. Oh, so this is kind of like an Assassin's Creed type of, like where you can, scan the area for enemies and things like that. So,
But as soon as she did that, they
Yeah.
all started becoming active. So it might be like a risk reward.
maybe. Yeah. Oh, there's another cart, Burley.
Yep.
Cart.
Pot. Oh, those pots are your friends in the first game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit as we're watching this, Burley. Let's talk about the stacked month of October, because I mean it's going to be huge, and I kind of want your opinion as to if all of these games are going to hit, or I mean, what do you think? I mean, so I'll go ahead and read some of these off. So we got a couple of games that are still to be announced for October: Sons of the Forest for PC, and Gunfire Reborn for the Xbox. Series X, Series S, PC. And October 4th, we have Overwatch 2. That's the beta coming. And what's interesting about Overwatch 2 is Overwatch 1 is going to be discontinued, and Overwatch 2 is just going to take over everything, it seems. So October 7th, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and that's multi-platform. October 7th, No Man's Sky for Switch. So the Switch gets the No Man's Sky version. October 11th, Forspoken for PS5 and PC. And for PC too, yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, A Plague Tale Requiem on the 18th. The 21st, Scorn, also for Xbox One and the Series X, Series S, and PC. And that's going to be Game Pass day one as well, I would think.
Yep.
And then October, the same day, Persona 5 Royale coming to Game Pass and coming to the Xbox. October 25th, Gotham Knights. Yeah. October 25th, High on Life for the Xbox. Yeah. October 28th, of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And on the 28th, the expansion for Resident Evil Village, the Winter's expansion, which is going to be in third-person mode. So what do you think, Burley? Do we get any games to pass up on October now?
I have a feeling Gunfire. I don't know why. I just feel Gunfire ain't making it. But I just want to talk about A Plague Tale here.
Yeah.
Just showing the side effects of her running and jumping all over of her when she landed there. So that is nice that they're carrying that over.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of like risk reward of what you do. And I like that they're showing in here. They're showing there's multiple paths you can take here. So it's not a linear. You have your options. Depending how you play, you can get through here differently.
Yeah, and it's interesting. They're saying that they move farther south in this game. So I'm wondering if they go into Spain in this game. It'll be interesting to see. But and you see the little points there, the little white parts of the the climbing points and stuff. So, yeah, just more stealth elements. I remember this from the first game. So Strike. Yeah, there you go.
She's getting more and more violent in this game.
Yeah, she's pretty much an adult now. I mean, she's got to be,
yeah,
to be able to get through all this.
Rock the sling.
Yeah.
Throw it, hit the hand.
Yeah.
Helmet.
So it's a diversion. A diversion again, as usual. So.
But I do like that, the quick access of going there for your sling and then get the ignite one.
Yeah. There you go. Just cooked him. Yeah, and you see all those like the weeds down there. Those are like the hiding points, like you have in the Assassin's Creed games and some other games as well. So
crossbow.
That
is going to be fun.
That's going to be fun, but Burley, I can imagine the same type of situation you had with the cart. You have to reload that crossbow, and then you got like 5 or 6 guys jumping on you.
Oh yeah. So. Well, this I'm glad is a Game Pass exclusive, day one on game, or
that's
not
be
exclusive.
Cool,
day one on Game Pass that I can just because I know this game I'm going to have a lot of fun playing, but I'm also going to rage.
October is going to be just so busy. I mean, I'm definitely playing this day one. I'm going to play Scorn. because it's on game. It's going to be on Game Pass too.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Gotham Knights, which is like 5 days later, basically. And then, of course, the PlayStation side of things, I'm probably going to play Forspoken as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a stacked month, man.
Forspoken, we haven't heard a lot lately.
No, we haven't.
That one I'm starting to get nervous again that this isn't coming.
Well, I would expect we're probably going to get a state of play probably in September for that.
Yeah.
You know, because that's their big IP that's coming out later this year. So,
well,
so
that and God of War. They say God of War's coming.
Yeah, yeah. I think God of War is November though. I think it's going to be November. So
now this I like.
Uh-huh.
So hand throw ashes.
Yeah.
So I like this. So you stun them.
You stun them and then you can get away. Yeah.
That is such a neat mechanic.
Yeah.
And this
yeah,
year,
I think in A Plague Tale Innocence they had a feature similar to that, but it was more like a flashing light type of sequence. Yeah. Like it would blind them for a certain amount of time. Yeah, but now it's kind of like a powder substance. Yeah. So, but going through this rock quarry here, when you look at the building there and the arches on it, it reminds me of old Roman Spanish architecture, you know, like in Spain from the Roman times. So they might be in Spain here. I'm not sure, but I would, if I had to guess, I would say they're in Spain.
Oh,
yeah. So
and then we're about to get the big reveal here.
Yeah.
she is so tired and drained.
Yeah. So good old Hugo.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's cleaned up a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the first game, he's got
here they come.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he can basically summon the rats. So that's like one of his powers is the ability to summon them. And so see, there you are there. That's what helps him to, you know, to overtake these guards. Because because she's, you know, too spent of energy to be able to do anything at the moment. So,
and this was something I liked at the end of the first game. The last couple chapters, they give you him being able to use the power. Mm-hmm. Oh, but he's spent. He can't do it for long.
Yeah.
And then just the unmatched wave.
Yeah, wave of rats coming. Ugh.
You just could insert the Indiana Jones clip. Great rats.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for this game, Burley. I can't wait to play it in October. So I think it's the fact that you can pre download this now. I think it's definitely going to make October 18th. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I think this game's holding its release date.
Yeah.
Especially like the allowing you to download now.
Yes.
That shows they have a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
But the only games I don't think of that list that you read off earlier, Gunfire, I don't think is coming in October. Forspoken, I'm questionable if it'll come. But everything else I kind of think is going to come.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty, I'm still surprised they're going October because
it's coming October though. It's coming October. Yeah. I mean, Call of Duty, they don't care. I mean, they know they're going to make tons of money off that game whenever they release it. So and it typically comes in October anyway. So
it's actually been usually November. I think they've been lately going a little more October.
Early, late October, early November. But yeah, I mean, around the same time every year. The winter's expansion for Resident Evil Village, that's coming. That's going to come. I think that's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess maybe Forspoken. I mean, could be, but it's been delayed already. I don't think Sony's going to want to delay it again.
Well, Sony may not
Yeah.
want to delay it again, but if the game's not ready, does Sony really want to
Right.
have this come out? Because like there are other exclusives that they've done little deals with, like Deathloop. I like the game. Came out in a
Yeah.
good state. Ghostwire came out in a good state.
Yeah.
You know what? You want these coming out in a good state. You don't want them just coming out and it's like, oh, I should have just waited 6 months
Yeah.
for patches.
Yeah, I mean, but I think they're confident enough now when they came out with this October 11th release date after the first delay. I think they're confident enough knowing that it'll be ready by then. I don't think they're going to delay it again now. Because if you got God of War coming out, say in November, you want to have a 1-2 punch to end the year. You get Forspoken out in October, then you get God of War in November, So looking forward to that though. But yeah, definitely looking forward to A Plague Tale Requiem. It's going to be a great game, I think. So, and that's that it's coming on Game Pass day one is just that's a really cool thing. So yeah, and Scorn. But what do you think? Just one before we move on, Burley. What do you think about Midnight Suns? Marvel's Midnight Suns. Do you think that has the potential to be delayed?
I don't think that game's going to get delayed because that is the whole just card crap.
Okay.
Like because that thing they're just. I know they're still got to do all the animations and all that, but
yeah,
I hate just saying this, but it is basically just like a beefed up mobile game.
Yeah.
It's I think that's going to come and meet its release date.
Okay. All right. But anyway, we're here at the arena. We are excited for all of these games coming, and October is going to be a stacked month. So, I mean, there's too many games to play all of them, I'm sure. But just fancy what you love and play the games that you love to play. I mean, that's like I said, I'll be playing Requiem, probably Gotham Knights, as well as Forspoken if it hits that release date on PS5. So, and Scorn. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably switch between Requiem and Scorn because it comes out
within a few days of
each other. So yeah. All right, so let's get to our new game releases. Of course, the new game releases for the week of what is it? God, Burley, we're almost finished with June already. Yeah, June 27th through July 3rd. So we're actually moving in July with. With this list, and I'll go first. And my game of the week, of course, is good old Cuphead, the delicious last course. So I'll go ahead and play that for you. So the delicious last course in Cuphead, the delicious last course. Cuphead and Mugman are joined by Miss Chalice for a DLC add-on adventure on a brand new island with new weapons, new charms, and Miss Chalice's brand new abilities. Take on a new cast of multifaceted screen-filling bosses to assist Chef Saltbaker in Cuphead's final challenging quest. So it comes out on PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One on the 30th. So boy, oh boy, Burley, man, the first Cuphead was really tough. It was a very big challenge for me. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. How about you? Yeah.
Props on you being able to finish it. I bought the game cheap and I had my fun. I suck at it. It's just like I am not skilled at this kind of thing. The Miss Chalice is interesting to me because she's got a double jump by default, so that is just a nice kind of thing. Yeah, and see some cool new little bosses. So I'm wait. I will definitely keep my eye and watch people that play this game.
Yeah,
I just can't see myself day one wanting to pick up this DLC because it's like by the time I can even get to the part where I access this DLC, it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, and it is not coming to Game Pass when it releases. It's going to be on the store for $7.99, so $8 basically.
Which isn't it's not bad.
Yeah,
for that they're not hitting a high price. Right. They're going for a small price.
Yeah,
you're getting a new character. You're getting a few new bosses.
Yeah. And for all of you who have not seen the Netflix series for Cuphead, I really recommend it. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, go check out the Cuphead series on Netflix as well. So, all right, Burley, you're up next. What is your game of the week? Your pick of the week?
My pick of the week is Lumberjack Simulator, coming Thursday, June 30th. Yes, I got to go on brand. Coming to PC, Xbox One. Pick up a chainsaw and cut down trees. Wield an axe and operate a whole set of monstrous forestry machinery to build up your logging empire. Precisely control the cranes and load the logs and haul to the destination across realistic simulated terrain, water, and mud.
Interesting. Yeah. So I mean, what areas? I mean, you must be like up in like maybe Canada or like in Washington State or somewhere in there with all the lumber.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, looks good, man. All right. So those are the new releases from releases.com. So for the week of June 27th through July 3rd. So yeah, please go and check those out. Yeah. So my pick is Cuphead and the delicious last course, and Burley's, of course, is Lumberjack Simulator. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, Burley. So Carl's not with us this week, but why don't we go through some of the games for this coming week, of course, that are coming to Game Pass. So what do we got coming?
So alrighty, so what we got coming for Game Pass, you've got the Shadowrun trilogy that came out June 21st to console and PC.
Yeah.
You've got Total War 3 Kingdoms coming June 21st just to PC. FIFA 2022, June 23rd to console and PC. Narika Blade Point, June 23rd, console to PC. Escape Academy coming June 28th, and Far Cry 5, which is already out on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Both console, PC, and cloud.
Yeah.
So, and they now have announced, actually, cloud is coming to Samsung TVs.
Nice.
So if you've got Samsung smart TVs, you just got to get a controller and you can try out Games Pass and the cloud option.
Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in playing the Shadowrun games. Those are the games that I'm going to be trying this coming week. Yeah, I'm really interested. I never had a chance to really play them in the past, so looking forward to playing them. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, those I want to try. I definitely want to try those.
Yeah, definitely. All righty. So for our Patreon and our other show announcements, of course, Burley and I, yesterday, we recorded the final Part 6 Obi-Wan Kenobi episode review. Of course, it's a spoiler-filled review, so of course, when it's up on our Patreon right now, and of course, it's going to be going to our YouTube channel. So when it comes to the channel, if you have not watched the episode, please go and watch the episode first before watching our content, because a lot of our review content is spoiler-filled because we're talking about a lot of the points in the episodes. So we did our Part 6 review of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Some people, I mean, it's a mixed bag of emotions about the episode. And yeah, stay tuned. And when it comes up, watch it and check out what we have to say about the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale. And then also, of course, our next Monday, we're going to be recording our next episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, episode 8, the Elysian Kingdom review. So we're going to be talking about the Elysian Kingdom episode. And of course, that's also a spoiler-filled review episode. So please go and check out the episode before you come and watch our video and our review of that. So, yeah. So good stuff, Burley. Some interesting stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, I can't. That's got to be a lot of fun to record that one.
Yeah. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. So, all right, let's talk about the games that we're going to be playing this next week. Of course, I'm going to be playing the Shadowrun games, so I'm going to stick to that, I think. How about you, Burley? What are you going to be doing and playing this next week?
I'm going to continue on with Mango Mischief. Tomorrow I'm planning to try and continue with Elden Ring, because the last stream I actually did of it, I beat 2 story bosses and a couple side bosses. I actually made progress and it went well. So now I have confidence. So I'm going to get destroyed tomorrow. This is what's really going to happen. Because I'm going to be like, I am confident in this game. This game's going to say, you're confident, huh?
Uh-huh.
Show him he shouldn't be.
I see. Yeah, man. I mean, we're kind of in that kind of lull between, like we just finished up all the big announcements the past week.
Yeah.
And now we're back into this lull, kind of a slow type of news cycle, but it's going to start picking up again. I'm interested, for July to see what is announced and what they're going to be talking about, and see, if some of these games that we were talking about in this episode for October, continue to stay put in their positions. Yeah. And I mean, Game Pass is looking stacked for July as well. So, we've got a lot of games coming to it. And on the PlayStation and Switch side of things, obviously Xenoblade on the Switch side, PlayStation, there's still lots of stuff that's coming to it as well. So, yeah.
Stray next month.
Stray. Yep. Stray. And it's coming day one. If you have the higher tier.
And I do. So yes. I can't wait to try that. So
you're going to play that game day one. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You're starting to make me think about upgrading my tier, because I just have the regular tier at the moment. So
well, that for me, because my PlayStation Plus renews the end of December.
Right.
So it was like $30 for the rest of the year for the higher tier. So I was like, okay, $30, try it, right?
Yeah.
And do it. Come to the dark side.
Yeah, I'm already in the dark side, Burley, for a lot of other things. I mean, yeah. So, but anyway, and I want to thank everybody, of course, for all the birthday wishes yesterday. I really appreciate it. So, it's fun to do this content creation, thing, and to do the podcast and to play video games and be able to do all this, and just, I enjoy every minute of it. And, thank you so much for viewing and listening, and for Burley, you and Carl for helping me out and stuff. So I really appreciate it. So anyway, and thank you all for all the well wishes for my birthday. So, all right, so it's time to end the episode. So with our indie recording artist spotlight. So this week's spotlight is on Demetrix, featuring Raquel Castro. Demetrix is one of the most unique artists in his field, known for his original ways of designing sound and creating music. He focuses on the future, but at the same time maintains temporality, diversity, and addictive creativity. Despite his young age, he managed to gain experience in several different genres, such as electronic, R&B, hip-hop, and pop, until finally uniting them into his personality. From his album titled Si Tu Te Tiras, and the song is called Fun, Fun, Fun. So this has been The Arena, Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast, episode 92. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming, and our other co-host, Turn-Based Carl, will be with us again next week. So we hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Out.
Drinking cherry wine and we dancing on an island. We going back the finest. Yeah, young is tequila and call me señorita. I papi got me dreaming. My legs up on the ceiling. Oh yeah. I know when he come, he ain't never gonna leave. No. Hit it the night run on, that's the way I wanna be. So don't think I'm the one to won't ever be enough. Mix until I know, bitch, I ain't the one. He don't want love. He just wanna fuck, out, little vacation, drink it till we naked, talking with our tongues. We just having fun. 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 copy. Got him talking dirty in the daylight. He be trying to weather, baby, no sight. Don't make it a stringy, he's a Wi-Fi. Hit and run like I know when he come, he ain't never gonna leave. No, hit it the night run on, that's the way I wanna be. So don't think I'm the one to won't ever be enough. Mix until I know, bitch, I ain't the one. He don't want love. He just wanna fuck. Ow, little vacation, drink it till we naked, talk about our tongues. We just having fun.